Checking AJ, it as I do expect to see USD JPY push to the upside. Exactly. So good job on Pato, who shared a long trade from here, just following structure, and you can see how powerful structure is. No matter what, if you follow it, you're gonna nail some very nice trades. So we had a very nice high, higher low, higher high, higher low, pullback, 1, 2, 3 formation, 61.8% extension. You had absolutely everything to enter. So currently, price action is pulling back into this area here for the potential head and shoulders. So that is just a possibility of the market. And how I look this pair is this push to the downside, pull back for a lower high, push down for a lower low, and this could be a pullback for a lower high as well. As I want to short EJ, possibly AJ could be aligning for a short. Let's have a look at NJ. NJ is consolidating. So yep, we saw that price reacted from this area, tried to push to the downside, left a massive wick at this demand area, and currently is trying to pull back. So all the Japanese yen pairs look bearish to me. So UJ may start flushing to the downside. Although the dollar is strong for now, USD JPY is influenced more by the Japanese yen strength and weakness. So let's see what happens. Make sure if you took a long here, make sure to secure at least at break even or take some small partials. So yep, let's see how the market starts to react around this level. If we start having 4-hour rejections, I will really consider taking a short. Alright guys, so let's analyze this pair a little more in depth to see what is happening here. So looking at the daily time frame, we're having a pretty nice uptrend, and you would agree. But looking at the last days of price action, you will see something. So you see how a price action pushed to the upside, pulled back for a higher low. Then within this daily candle on the 7th of November, we had a massive push to the downside and a massive push to the upside, but we failed to break above. On the next day, we had a perfect spinning top here, a perfect indecision candle, failing to break again. And if you scroll down a little bit, what do you see is that here we have a massive liquidity spot, a massive area in the market, a very strong supply area. So it first a very strong support, then price broke, came back for a retest, and we had a massive flush to the downside, indicating a very strong level. And we saw that price action failed to break above for 2 days, and on the third day we pushed to the downside. However, this push to the downside wasn't that strong, right? Would you agree? Because we had a very kind of a significant wick to the downside. So I told myself, all right, maybe tomorrow we would expect some sort of a pullback here for a final test, right? So even from the daily, I analyzed that this could here be a very nice area. And you can even see the head and shoulders forming on the daily, right? It's a little bit hard, but when we drop to the 4-hourly, we can see left shoulder, head, right shoulder. So how was I looking at this market? Well, you can see with this push to the upside, price action pulled back, perfect retest of this area. Actually, what do we expect after break and retest? We expect a continuation in price to continue to make higher highs. But what did we have? Price action pulled back here, left a massive wick here, a massive long leg doji, my favorite candle, and then a massive push to the downside, breaking below this structure and even closing below. And what is this structure, guys? This is a lower low, right? We had the high, lower low, lower high. Actually, this was the high, low, lower high, and then we had a lower low. So the lower low indicates a bearish shift, right? So we had some people in the community taking longs from here just because they identified that this market is still moving up. And if we go to the daily time frame, we can clearly see that this market is moving up, right? It's creating higher highs and higher lows. However, as intraday trader, I recognized how the market was starting to shift. And by the time I was at the charts, this morning, so I was monitoring price action around this area. And I told my team that I will be waiting for price action to reject. Currently, I'm not that interested, but if it rejects, I will start looking for opportunities. Then we had the price reject here, right? And I told myself, all right, it's too late to enter. So I'm gonna wait for price action to give me a better entry. That's when I dropped down to the hourly time frame and I saw a very nice pullback here into this structure, exactly into this area. And you know, this is an area, guys. This is not a single level. Price has zones, not levels. I saw the pullback. So my exact entry as at 207. Let me see. Yep, 207, and my stop loss was 5 pips. So this was my setup for today. And when I saw price action is pulling back, I even dropped down to the 30-minute to see these two beautiful tweezer tops. And even on the 15-minute, we had much more confirmation and much more beautiful structure. So then price action pushed immediately to the downside, which indicated to me that this trend was reversing. We had the break of the trend line, a retest of the trend line, and a nice push to the downside, creating a lower low on the 30-minute and on the hourly. Personally, I took my profits here. Why? Because we had President Donald Trump's speech. And you know, guys, the president could be very, very, very volatile. And we saw a massive push to the upside. But even if I held my trade, it would have still hit take profit, and it even flushed down to hit my other target, which was this zone. I planned to sell this pair up until this zone. I planned to swing it a little bit, but as I saw that Mr. Trump was speaking, I just said no, because there could be massive movements, guys. So a very nice push here into the structure and a massive lower low being created. So again, having a look at the 4-hourly structure, we saw this beautiful head and shoulders being created. We saw this break of the trend line, lower high formation. If you want to add another confluence, guys, you can pull your FIP, and I'm sure this is a beautiful FIP. Perfectly closing below the 61.8, but perfectly tapping here into another zone. So it's hard to see this zone. It's actually something like this. You see here how we had support. Yeah, break, retest, failure to continue, break, retest again from the other side. Much better seen on the 30 minutes. Break, retest, continuation. Then we had another test at this zone. Head and shoulders, 61.8% FIP. And potentially we can swing this pair down to this major daily zone, which perfectly aligns with the 27% extension. And you see, guys, how perfectly we broke down this pair. We managed to capitalize very nicely just for a few hours. I took out my profits and I enjoyed my day. So I think I made a good 5% on this one. And yep, so this is it, guys. This is this trade. I hope you found something valuable from it, and please leave me some feedbacks on this kind of videos, because I'm really thinking of starting to create more of them and even record real time. So if you're interested in seeing me how I take trades, my thought process behind, and my whole analysis, make sure to comment on this post so I will know that you're interested. So if you enjoyed this video, guys, make sure to hit the subscribe button to support this channel. Thank you for staying up until now. I really appreciate it. I wish you an amazing day and see you on my next video. Thank you and take care.